What's going on, everybody? It's Davey from the 80s, and you are now entering the Cinema Chop Shop, so park your ass right there. While you're there, don't forget to hit the like, the share, the subscribe button. Also, if you check the link below, you see a Patreon account. If you click it, you become a member. All you got to do is try to recommend movies and music and trailers for me to react to, so click the link. Now, with that being said, we're here today to review the 2023 horror film by the name of M3GAN. But it's directed by Gerard Johnstone, who's done like writing for TV shows, maybe directed a couple of episodes, but this is like his directorial debut. This movie is starring Allison Williams, Jenna Davis, and Violet McGraw. Now, Allison Williams was the lead in Get Out. She was the white lady that seduced Daniel Kaluuya's character, but that's a conversation for another day. So the great thing about this movie is the fact that this is the first time that Jason Blum and James Wan have came together and produced or co-produced a project, because their merger is coming up. So these two companies have merged together and became a horror powerhouse. And because of this, we have the spawn that is M3GAN. This movie is basically about an AI doll that is being used to kind of comfort a child who has recently lost her parents, and she's going through grief, and it ends up becoming hectic afterwards. I don't want to give away too much, but I mean, that's just the general idea here. So let's go ahead and get into the nitty gritty of this film. Now, I'm going to talk about my gripes with the movie first, only because the list ain't that long. First and foremost, my gripes in this movie is this. The PG-13 rating, right? The movie was PG-13. I get it. I know how Blumhouse gets down. I know how what is it, Atomic Monster gets down. They always hit you with that PG-13. They want to make sure that they get the audience, the young teenage audience, and then also the adult audience. But I wish they would have just gone ahead and just raked it up to a rated R, made it a little bbit more bloody, made it a little bit more gory, and kind of would have made it a little bit better. But I enjoyed what we got for what we got, right? And then we also have another gripe that I have also is the predictability of the movie. The movie does come off as very predictable. If you've seen enough horror movies, or you've seen enough movies in general, you know that there are little things that they do that kind of give you hints at what's to come. They'll emphasize something, or they'll say something out loud, and it makes you say, you know what, I feel like this is important and it's going to come back to you later. This movie does that. It kind of telegraphs certain things that are going to happen in the future. But again, it's not something that I would say ruins the freaking movie. Aside from that, I think that's about where my gripes end with this movie. Now let's go on to the pluses. Let's go on to the positivity. Number one, the movie is actually pretty damn enjoyable. The runtime of the movie, what is the runtime of the movie? It didn't feel that long, but the runtime is 102 minutes. So that's about an hour, 30 minutes, about an hour, almost an hour, 30 minutes around that. So the runtime is exactly what you want for this type of horror movie. You do not want a horror movie that goes on 2 hours or something like that, and it just keeps going and going and going. You're just like, all right, I need this to be over with. It's a very condensed horror movie. It moves well. It gets from point A to point B. We done. Wrap it on up. They did a really good job at that. I appreciate that. Shout outs to them. Another thing positive about this movie is I went into this movie thinking that the M3GAN character was going to be annoying. I thought that she was just going to be annoying, and the CGI was just going to keep getting on my nerves. But actually, in the reality, it didn't. It grew on me kind of quick. It didn't bother me as much as I was watching the movie, especially watching her interact. And I was worried about the CGI killing the creepiness or the effectiveness of the doll being creepy. And it really didn't. She was still able to kind of like effectively show her emotions. Another positive about this movie is the score. The score in the movie was pretty good. There's certain things in this movie that happens, and you don't know whether to take it serious or not. I'm just here to tell you that don't take it serious. This movie comes off as kind of like a horror comedy, but at the same time, I don't know if it really legitly just calls itself a horror comedy. I don't know if they say it out loud, but if you go into this kind of thinking like horror comedy-ish, I think you're going to enjoy it far more than if you go into it expecting something to be really, really serious. If you go into it expecting something serious, you're definitely going to be disappointed. This is not what you want to do. You want to go into this movie just to be entertained. If you go into this movie to be entertained, you'll be fine. The kills in the movie were pretty damn creative. One kill in the movie is super brutal. I enjoyed it thoroughly. But that's what I'm saying, where the PG-13 kind of dampers it. I really wish that they didn't have that PG-13 rating so that they could have went a little bit deeper into it and they could have showed a little bit more. I would have liked that to happen. You know what I'm saying? We already know that Blumhouse and Atomic Monster have already talked about a sequel, so we know that this movie will possibly lead into a sequel, depending on how well it does in the box office. I can see that this movie has a $12 million budget, so I can see it ranking in about $50 to $60 million by the end of its run. That's just what I think, especially because the month of January is barren. There's not really anything to compete with it other than Avatar. And I'm pretty sure everybody's so fucking tired of going back to the movie theater and watching Avatar over and over again. So this was kind of like a pleasant surprise, especially in the month of January, because the month of January, every time a movie gets released, is very eyebrow raising. People are just like, I don't know, a movie in January. But this movie is actually pretty damn entertaining. The young girl in the movie, I think the actress's name is Katie or something like that. Or I think it was that the actress's name, Katie? No, I don't know. But anyway, the young girl in the movie, again, another person who I thought was possibly going to annoy me. But yeah. Katie. That's her name, Katie. That's the actual girl's name in the movie. My bad. Anyway, she was actually pretty entertaining. I actually liked her character. At one moment, she kind of gives off these Babadook vibes, and it rubs you the wrong way, but it's not long lived, and that's the good part about it. Like, I think this movie knows when to shut things off, when to shut shit down. But I'm definitely calling this now. You will definitely see a horror maze of M3GAN in 2023 at Universal Studios. Lock it in. You can almost guarantee it. I can see it happening now. And then this crazy thing that Blumhouse is starting to do, where they are borrowing or invading not Super Bowl halftime, but football halftime shows. They first did it with Smile, with the people creepily smiling in the background, and they kept panning to people in the audience. And then now with this one, they had the army of M3GANs going onto the field doing the stupid little dance that she did in the trailer. So Blumhouse knows how to market some shit. I will say that Blumhouse is definitely they know how to market shit, and that's because of Jason Blum. All right, Jason Blum is a dude. He's the man with the money. He knows how to make money. He's shown that. He even talks about it, how he's more along the line of how to make money, how to produce more money. And James Wan is the more creative mind behind it and how to make a really good horror movie. So with those two minds combined, we're definitely going to be getting some good things. Now, a friend of mine's brought up the idea, and he said, which movie is better? He said the Chucky remake or M3GAN, and I'm easily going with M3GAN. M3GAN is far superior movie, way more enjoyable. This movie has replay value. Now, I wouldn't say go watch it back to back. Definitely not saying that, but you can definitely watch this movie maybe like a few times in a year. You'll be all right, but it has replay value. And if you like horror, it's definitely deserving a place on your shelf. I would like to have a M3GAN figure. I'm not even gonna lie, especially if she gets to hold the stupid the paper cutter. That'll be dope. Anyway, so here in the Cinema Chop Shop, we grade movies in three ways. Count in three ways: either you get bodied and sent to the bowels of hell, and I tell your movies basura, homie, or I give you a big fat meh. Say your movies mas o menos, mediocre, mid-range, all that bullshit. Or I tell your movies spared. It's awesome, terrific, fantastic. Go see it. Stop what you're doing right now. Go watch the damn movie. I'm going to have to spare this damn movie.
He ain't earned the death. He ain't earned the death at my hands. God's only man, spared by the butcher.
Yeah, you heard it, folks. I am sparing this movie. Not only am I surprising myself because I honestly thought I was possibly going to hate this damn movie, but the movie did a really good job, like I said, at keeping you entertained. Do not go into this movie expecting some excellent storyline, some over-the-top storyline, something that's going to fucking blow you away with a great twist. It's not like that. It's a very straightforward movie, point A to point B. Just turn your brain off, watch the movie and enjoy. It's a cool little horror movie. It's it's simplistic, and sometimes simplistic is the way to go. Now, I will say this: the person that wrote M3GAN is also the person that wrote *Malignant* and also the person that wrote *Hellfest*. So I kind of figured out why I like this movie even more, because again, *Hellfest* is a dope ass movie. *Malignant* was a very interesting movie. Sure, there's aspects of it I didn't like, but I will say *Malignant* is a very well written movie, and so is *Hellfest*. *Hellfest* was a fun movie as well too. So I'm kind of hyped about. I'm kind of glad that this person sat down and penned this script, because it was a very entertaining movie, fun to watch. I would definitely say, if you're a horror fan, if you're not a horror fan, right now this is the one thing in the movie theater that I'm willing to go see, and I think it's the only thing that actually has value to go see at the moment. So if you guys ain't doing shit this weekend, I would say pack up your shit, go see M3GAN, and let her do that little stupid ass dance for you. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, that's my review. Let me know if you agree or disagree, whatever the case may be. Drop it in the comment section down below. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, and all that good shit. And I will see you guys next time, because you are now exiting the Cinema Chop Shop. Have a magnificent day, and adios, homies.